Good evening, America. Bonjour, hi, Canada. We have a little bit of some audio issues tonight. We're down to one mic, but we are a beginning show,
We're still gonna film
and we're still going to
and
film.
let you people know what's going on in this world today.
And
It's
again,
bad.
we're coming from you from the North Georgia mountains in our hideaway bunker, designed, built, engineered by my boy Country Black here. We got some issues going on in the world, and we always talk about politics, drinking. Y'all see that? A little bit of prepping. We're trying to increase that more. And guys, it's more than ever now. It's the time because what can be happening in the world? What's happened this last week? We have given the permission to Ukraine. Well, hang on. Before I say that, I'm Alabama White. This is Country Black.
Country Black here. Nice to see you, America. If I don't say anything else before we're done, I want to keep your head down and your ammo dry and keep your supplies up.
It can be now more than ever, guys. We are poking the bear, the Russian bear, and putting him in the corner. We have now allowed Ukraine to launch our missiles, the United Kingdom, the UK, their missiles, Storm Shadow, the ATACMS, not deep, they only go about 200 miles, 150, 200 miles.
That's a long way.
We have pushed the red line for Russia, and they've been real cool during all this. They really just want the little bit while they think their territory's back in Ukraine. And that's its own discussion by itself. But regardless, how that affects us here in America is they've already cut a cable between like the Norway and Germany or something like that. Things are going on. They're taking small steps to prepare us for a possible big step, and it's happening right here in front of us. So we're going to just keep talking about being prepared for whenever and whatever happens. That's what Country Black and I pretty much try to talk about is whether a big thing happens like an EMP or a nuke, or a small thing happens like a natural disaster, which is a big thing depending on where you're at, a natural disaster or a riot or a terrorist attack, here in America. Be prepared to be able to get in your car, be prepared to be able to go back home, be prepared to be able to, at your home, defend your home. It's what Country Black likes talking a lot about.
I want to say this. My prayers still go out to North Carolina because families and loved ones down there, they still suffering. They're going through hard times, and our government really didn't do a thing for them at all.
Not enough.
So, yeah, not enough. Not nearly enough. But my prayers go out to North Carolina. Keep your head up, be strong, and stay focused. You're going to come out of this shining real good.
But we've mentioned before, and you can go on YouTube and look at videos of people there's one guy documented it pretty good, trying to help people out, and he was getting in the way of the sheriff department and stuff. Supposedly, maybe, they could have worked with him, but they chose to work against him. There's all kind of things that the government, right now, the Biden administration, they approved landmines, they approved long-range weapons. They are approving more immigrants to come in through an app right now. They're going to try to flood America even worse than what we've been flooded, where you don't even have to show up and say anything. You come in and through an app, you can just come into America and they'll give you all the information and whatever you need. This is, again, man, the Biden administration is nothing but a snake. They're a snake, and they're not for the American people.
Right. If you think they are, you're wrong. Because if Joe Biden's going to do anything, he would have did it. He would have stopped. He would have never gave Ukraine missiles to launch into Russia. He'd have never. This is insane. This past poking the bear. Any day, Putin's like, hey, I had enough. I had enough. This is what you want to do. Let's do it.
And you're dealing with they got more nukes than anybody.
Yeah, they sure do.
And it's not that we're going to make well, we never know, and at the same time, we're ramping up production to give more production to Ukraine as far as military weapons, and we're drumming down the weapons that we're giving to Israel. Okay, so we're helping out Ukraine, which we shouldn't be in. They're not a NATO member.
That's right.
We have trade with them, but we don't know.
We gave them opportunity. NATO gave them opportunity a long time ago to join. If they had to join back then, they wouldn't be in this mess right now.
Well,
But
well, Russia's always said they don't want NATO to be a NATO member, but Russia.
well, we're not
but-
talking about Russia. We're talking about
right.
Ukraine.
But well, Russia said that'd be a red line that would go. But
Yeah,
the fact that what we're doing to Israel right now, who is our ally, our biggest ally in the Middle East. You know, England's our biggest ally in Europe. Australia is its own continent. They're our biggest ally around then you got Japan and then Israel. Those are our big, and then in Canada. Those are our biggest allies, guys. And we are screwing Israel for what reason? Why are we screwing Israel? Europe is screwing Israel because today the ICC, the International Criminal Court, said they want to release a warrant for arrest against Benjamin Netanyahu.
Benjamin Netanyahu.
And the former defense minister. And England, Europe has said, if you come over here to Europe, we're going to arrest you. Now, what kind of crap is that? That's bullshit. Come on. I mean, really? Europe's not going to stand up for Israel? Really? We just had a
That's
flash
crazy.
right there. You see that? We just had a, hey, maybe happening. right now.
That seemed like a flash of a bomb or something going on.
I know. We just had a
That's
flash on our screen right here. That's in front of us. But all right, so what do you need to do? You need to prepare. I think you probably got a thing or two.
I just want to show something you can add to. If you're already a prepper and you focus on things and trying to get things taken care of, I just want to add another thing that I have in my arsenal, and this is
Everybody.
FR. This is FR22.
Everybody
hand
needs
crank.
one of these. I need one of these. I don't have one. I need one.
This is a hand crank radio, and this hand crank. This is how you get your power from it. You can see the little red light charging on it, and you just crank it. Very handy.
My
And you
wife.
turn it on. This is an awesome little tool. You can hear it. You know, it ain't much to it. But you can focus in on your station and everything.
You're not tuned in, but yeah.
Yeah, it's not tuned. Yeah, I'm not trying to get it tuned in. I'm just letting you know there's something you should have always.
And you can get those for a good price too.
Yeah. I got this one at a where you believe it or not, at a yard sale.
Oh yeah.
I bought a yard sale
Yeah.
for $7
You can't beat that.
at a yard sale. That's why I like going to yard sales and stuff like that, because you never know what people gonna have. The first one I seen it, I was like, "Hey, miss, how much you want for this?" She's like, I don't think it works or anything. Give me $7. I think I gave her 8. But I came home, took care of it.
You're so generous.
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
But
My wife says we got one of those, but I've never found. I need to get my own. Everybody needs to have one
you
of
need
those.
to have,
right there.
yeah. This is a good handheld device. You can listen to the station and all that. I got other products I can show you I have, but right now I just want you guys to kind of focus on this, and it's generated power. So I mean, it's awesome. It's awesome.
And you can buy now you found yours at a yard sale. You can find those at several stores. I can't think, but you can order them online.
Yeah, you can order them
Yeah,
online.
yeah.
You can go to.
I think I've seen them for
you
like
go to-
$29.99, even like
yeah,
on Amazon.
and
and
some of
stuff,
it, yeah,
you
Amazon
know.
even cheaper.
Yeah.
Even like Temu, if you want to really get cheap, they have them.
Well, you need to have a quality unit though. You got to have a quality unit.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. So
But-
I mean,
but
it is what
regardless-
it is. It's better than not having nothing at all.
Well, two of the most important things you could argue, and you got one, and again, I don't have one of these, but I got a lot of batteries, and I need to work on that. But
That's another thing, people. It's okay to have batteries and flashlights and stuff like that, but the best thing is to get stuff that's rechargeable. Because you have a solar panel and stuff like that, you can recharge all your flashlights. You can recharge everything. I can recharge my equipment, our recording equipment. I can record everything, be just fine.
for several years.
Yeah, it's
Several
for a
years.
long period of time.
Mhm.
And also another thing I vested in is a little buddy heater. Because the tanks and stuff, like I think I maybe talked about this once before, but I'll do more about it at another time. I'll show you the adapter. A lot of people y'all may know about the adapter where you recharge your little 1 pound tanks. But let's move on.
Now that's a good thing. I need to do that myself. The reason I haven't done it, well, it's just laziness. But what he's referring to, people, is propane, correct?
Yeah, this is
Propane.
propane.
'Cause that way you can have propane heaters, and you can have your. Because I have a practical thing, and I have one, and I have several little tanks, but I don't have a way to adapt my big tanks to the small tank, which is what he's referring to.
And I'll bring that on the next
You can have
episode.
You can go to Walmart and stuff, get you a nice propane skillet. And I like going to YouTube and watching a lot of cooking channels. And what I've noticed around the world, from Germany, Japan, South America. They do so much stuff like in one pot, one skillet, and they do it. They do it on one burner.
Yeah, that's,
One burner.
Yeah,
They can do so much stuff on one. So if you, which I'm a big camper, which also was the beginning probably of my camping. Because when you go, I'm a big camper, which is the beginning of my prepping. I've been drinking already.
That's how
It's how I got started.
that's how I got started.
Yeah.
Me too. Long
Yeah.
time. I mean, decades ago, when I used to take my kids camping when they was young, they loved it. I let them run out in the woods and stuff like that. I wouldn't let them do it now because people are creepy as hell. But
I
yeah,
thought,
that's how I got.
I thought you said you used to let them run, you used to enjoy it, because you have an hour by yourself.
I remember that. That could be true.
I'm
But,
bullshit.
yeah, you fucking with me now. But I used to let my kids run. But at that time, it taught me a lot. It taught me a lot
Yeah.
how to be
Self-sufficient.
self-prepared. Yeah, self-sufficient,
Yep.
and living off the land.
Well-
And then it brought back up how I used to live on the farm. And I adapted to it.
Right on.
It just
Right on.
it just came along, you know. But
Well, growing up in South Georgia, I had farmers in my family, and as an early age, I was actually on a farm, but we weren't farmers. My dad. Then we moved into the city. But then as I got into camping, then I did Cub Scouts. My brothers in Boy Scouts. We did CAP. You did all that kind of stuff. And as an adult, what really made my light bulb go off was as I started camping, going to these full camping, and then also going to races. I used to love going to these endurance races, these road races. And when you go there for 3 or 4 days, you need to be prepared for rain, for heat, for cold. Especially when you go to Daytona in February, it can be cold, it can be hot, and then
That is
you
true.
may not want to leave your space because somebody might take it. Depending on these endurance races, then anybody knows about endurance races, that can happen. So you're in there, and you're there by yourself. You need to have water, you need to have supplies, you need to have light.
Oh,
It
yeah,
get-
'cause
it's a good little microcosm of how to live for a year or 2 or 3 within
Yeah.
3 or so days, because you're there with 80,000, 100,000 people, and you don't want to leave, so you got what you got, and you can only borrow so much from some people. Some people will be
Mhm.
cool, and
When
some
I,
people you realize
yeah.
are assholes.
Yeah, and I used to race dirt bikes. I used to do enduros and hair scramblers and stuff like that. And I'd be all over parts of Georgia, Aonia, Georgia, everywhere they have them. But the bottom line is, I used to take my tent and camping gear. When I did set up, I know I had to feed myself. I had plenty of water. Had people asking me for things. You know, hey man, can I get some salt and pepper from you? and
That's
stuff
when you
like
know you're
that?
prepared. I know.
Yeah, I'm
that.
already prepared.
That's
I
how
was gonna
I
have a
was, yeah.
cooler.
Yeah.
I pop my bin open. I set up camp and stuff like
Yeah.
that. After I get done racing, and another thing, it was crazy that I was black anyway. So I was an oddball.
I thought you were white, just in black skin.
You know, a lot of people ask me that.
Yeah. Incognito.
He's like, yeah.
I think
Incognito.
country black's incognito, y'all.
Yeah. So it's like,
You like
I know-
guns, you
yeah,
vote
like
Republican.
guns, yeah, I hunt
You
and
stay-
everything's
yeah.
like.
You date white people.
Yeah, date white people.
Yeah.
Had a lot of relationship with them and all
They're
that.
gonna come off.
That shit, I tried it already. God said He loves me. This how He painted me. Hey, let me tell you. Hey, we're getting off the subject, but this can be funny to everybody. A white woman. We was best friends. Been friends for years, and I'm not gonna say her name or anything. And she's like, "Percy, can I ask you a question?" She's like, "I was like, yeah." She's like, "We talk about any and everything. There's no barrier between." I said, "Sure." I said, "What you want me to ask?" She's like, "Why is your feet is white and your hands is white?" I looked at it. I said, "God painted just like this. I was standing up, and He put my hands together, and He spray painted me, just like this here." She looked at me. She's like, "I never thought of that. Did that really happen?" I was like, "I don't know. I'm just fucking with you. I don't know. I just made that shit up."
See, we got the full dunk in the white paint. We got
Yeah.
the full dunk.
No, he grabbed you and slung your ass around like
yeah,
this
yeah,
here.
Yeah, shook us
and
off.
stood
Slung us
you
to
up.
earth. Yeah.
And stood you up.
All right, well, 14, 17, we may not get it all.
We're not gonna get out. We may have to come back tomorrow and we could get this audio taken care of. But Country Black here, I'm just letting you know, hey, be aware, because this world is heading to a dark, dark place.
Very good. Well,
We still have Joe Biden. We still have what's the day? The 22nd
Yep.
inauguration is
got
the
like
20th.